Right. Introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kerri Lewis, and introduce myself. Who am-
Say again.
My name is Lewis, and I'm introducing myself. And I'm a woman from G Records.
Okay. That Wi-Fi is coming in and out, so
Ah,
stay close to it.
okay.
Yeah. I just wanted to tell you this. You're like the actual first lady that actually bringing on my show.
Wow.
So that,
Honored.
yeah, it's the first time. There's always guys that's always coming on. So tell us about your journey in music and how you started out.
Okay. Well, I have been singing all my life, but in terms of the professional aspect of it, I would say I started in 2007, if my memory serves me right, where I did my first song with a group called Mystique GP in Exodus Nuclear's studio in Jamaica. And that's where I was first introduced to the recording booth. I did a song called Bounce Around with them. And then later on, we did the song Vanity with Willie Williams. And then pretty much after that, I started touring.
Okay. All right, let's do a little backtrack before we get into the music real quick.
No problem.
So, all right, so I saw in your bio that you started out in church
Yes.
singing.
Yes. I'm a church girl. Yeah. Born, raised in the church in Kingston, Jamaica, New Testament Church of God.
Mm-hmm.
I was singing from as young as 3 years old. I would be a part of the church choirs. And then when I started school, I would sing with the choirs as well or do solo pieces as well.
Okay, so you're well, most of in my personal opinion, I'm not saying this just to jock you. I think most of the greatest singers that we have all started out from church. I could just name one, Whitney Houston.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And then even James Brown, if my memory serves me right, a lot of them.
yeah, most of the real good they all started out church and singing on the choir. So and then they branching out. Okay, so I see you used to work at Victoria Mutual Bank also.
Yeah, for
So
a
you
bit.
you know, so them owe me some money.
That's up to them. You gotta talk to them about that.
They owe me some money. No, I used to when I used to go to Macaulay. I'm pretty sure you heard of that primary school.
Hmm.
They taught us how to save.
Yes.
Yeah. So I had an account with them, but it must have got lost in obscurity. So you started singing in the choir
Hmm.
and working as you was working as a, a teller or
Customer
banker,
service representative.
customer representative. Okay. So I guess when I get a big break, you're gonna know of money management, I got us.
Well, I am. I mean, there's always a lot to learn about money management. So the more knowledge you get where that is concerned, the better. But yeah, I did get a bit of knowledge there. Yes.
Okay. All right. So how did you who brought you into the music business and how you got discovered?
All right. So as I mentioned, in 2007, I was introduced to Skinny Guy from Mystic GP,
Mm-hmm.
and he heard me singing, and he was like impressed with my voice. So when they had the song Bounce Around doing, he thought of me as someone to put on the song, and that was where I got my first introduction to the recording booth. So I mean, persons have heard my talent before, but that was the first introduction into the industry, I would say professionally.
Okay.
Then after that, I was working with groups and stuff like that where I did a bit of recording, but it really started there at Exodus New.
Mm. So which song you grew up I listen to? Cause I know you know say you must know about the sound thing, whatnot.
So, all right. So because I was really a church girl, I wasn't really out there a lot, but I did know about Exodus, as I mentioned, and about Stone Love and um, oh Lord, what's the other one that's of Tree? Exodus, Stone Love, ah, Lord, they're slipping my memory now.
Yeah,
But
that all.
we, we all
My,
are. But yes,
mine,
yeah, but yeah, you have quite a number of them. I've been listening to them. So I did have a little bit of introduction, but I think the biggest part of since starting my career is doing dubs. So I'm now introduced to a lot more like international Cox and Sound. Yes,
Mm.
Sound. Yeah, and yeah, you have so many out there. So pick up.
Um, a quick question. So, being from church, and them I got judge you, as always. How,
Yes.
how did you? Why did you even decided to transition into Because I make the slap music now, not I make good music.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when did the idea like dawn on you to be like, okay, you're gonna transition into taking on music as a full time thing?
I would say at about 2009. Right. I had decided that I was finished the MBS and I wanted to give music a chance because music was calling my name. So I first started touring with Alborosi, and that's where I got some road experience, and it continued from then. But in terms of being an artist, I've really been trying to do a lot over the years. And with each time, I just go again, and just never give up on myself. So
What obstacles you face in your journey?
I would say part of it has to do with one person's coming and presenting the idea that they're interested in working with you, and things just don't necessarily work out the way that you thought it would. And so because of that, you might just hold off and until things work themselves out again. But outside of that, sometimes you might have a monetary aspect of things where you'd like to push things the way you'd want to. And then also being a female in the industry, it is hard for us as females to get our voice out there because there are so many talented female artists out there, and they all deserve a break, but we just have to push through all of that.
Yeah, I know. Speaking on females, um, the man them always I push the man them more than the females. Sometimes I wonder if if something right about them, whatever. But we notice that the man them never take time out to give the woman them the proper help that they need. And actually I know a girl that she's trying to get in the music business and her husband is not even supporting her the way she wanna do it,
Mm-hmm.
and that she just rebelled. She said, just the hell with this guy, I'm gonna just do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But females always have to work twice as hard. Do you find yourself with this kind of struggle, like you got to put more effort in, even in the music, even in the acting business too?
Mm-hmm.
Female have to put 3 times or maybe 4 times the effort a man got to do.
Well, I will tell you this. Yeah, you will have the challenges that come with it being a male dominated industry.
Mhm.
However, you also have to want it for yourself, and sometimes these obstacles are what make you stronger. So you just have to keep pushing, if you really want it, because a lot of times you will feel like you just want to give up because it's hard, but you really have to just keep focused and keep pushing and keep trying if it is something that you really want. So yeah.
Mm, okay. So how long would you say you've been doing the music now?
What 2009, 2007 to now is what, 13 years. Am I remember,
Wow.
am I remember something right? No, that's right. Yeah, one.
Okay.
Yeah,
And how who are some of the artists you started basically out as a like backup, or
yeah.
you were okay?
I started out as a background vocalist.
Mm-hmm.
Still am a background vocalist at the moment. Um, but yeah, I started as a background vocalist with Albert Rose. As I said, I've worked with quite a number. Protege. I've worked with Dwayne Stevenson, Ioctane, Agent Sasco. I currently work with Julian Marley, and that's just the smallest. Bugle. I
That's my dose right there. Do Bugle.
Bugle
That's my Bridget.
brother.
Yeah, he good money with me.
Yeah,
He
man.
came on my show too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bugle, I gotta live long.
Big
Yeah,
up.
big up Bugle.
Yeah, man. And yeah, that's just a few of the names that I've worked with. And I'm not even talking about just stage. I do studio vocals as well. So, there are a number of songs that I have out there with my harmonies on it. So give thanks for that as well.
Can you name a few?
Yeah, one of them that comes to mind is I did most of Bugle's not the recent one, the one that called oh, wait.
Hey, you do too much. That's why I can't remember everything.
Uh yeah, but I did I know I did Octane's Burn Them Bridge. I did quite a number of songs. I did Bugles. What's the one that he did with Jada Kingdom. You know that song?
But listen to Bugle, but
I
most
most of
of
that
music.
album actually. But I do forgive me.
me-
I'm a lot of things are like a lot of the songs are just not coming to me right now because I have done quite a number of work and I've worked with various people. So
Right. So pretty much you work with some of the biggest acts them in Jamaica.
yeah, give thanks.
Okay. So you say you make dub.
I learned how to do those.
So you be singing for Overkill Sound?
Yeah, it was interesting, and I remember the first time that I got the response from a song that said that they loved it. I was like, "Yeah, wow, like this is really cool. You know, hearing your music playing, your dub playing. As I said, I was introduced a little to the industry, so I've heard dubs before, but doing it for yourself, it's a gift.
Right,
So,
right. So let me ask you a question. Like, which song you help kill?
oh no, I don't know that details yet. I'm waiting on the statistics to come in because that would be a big one for me if I do.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
So uh if them are go have you do dub or something like so like you write your own stuff or you just basically go off what they tell you.
I do write I do write my stuff, and even with the songs that I do because I'm currently working on my EP,
Hmm.
I do write majority of the stuff. Um so yeah, you learn.
Okay, granted. So this EP, who are you trying to get featured on it? Are you just gonna just do your own thing? Like,
There are some features on it, like from the artists on the label. I'm doing one with I have one or two pieces with Skinny G, and there are a few. Well, I have a few ideas in mind not ready to name them out as yet.
Mm-hmm.
Collabs in mind that we have in mind to go on the project, but it is really that is gonna target everybody. There's music for everybody. If you love, if you're upset, if you're sad, but it's really showing me as an artist and my talent and my vocals, and just for you to hear what I have. So it's something definitely to look forward to.
Okay. Them say most me like Mary J. Blige and a couple of the artists, but them say the artists most of the time connect more when them I go through something personal
Hmm.
or so. Well, you look like you're happy, so you don't look like you go through anything whatsoever.
Well, I mean, we it's life. We all go through things, but I can definitely say that, when I experience something like no other woman, for me, is a song that I too can relate to. So it's a song that every female, or even if you're a man and you're thinking about that female who was a part of your life, you can relate to it. There was this person that passed through your life, and you know you think about what would have been,
Hmm.
and you're like, no other person will take that place in your life. We all have those stories at some point in time, so something that everybody can relate to.
Right. Okay. So with all the genres of that they're trying to create in Jamaica when it comes towards music, what genre would you say you're working in or working towards, or what genre would you categorize your music?
All right. I'm not sticking to the box really, like to say reggae or dancehall or anything.
Hmm.
You will find reggae pieces because I'm all about reggae and upholding that. But I also have dancehall pieces. I also have a bit of certain things that so express my voice, but it's mostly along the. I don't want to say I'm stuck in a box. As I said, I have reggae. I have a bit of dancehall. I have a bit of R&B kind of vibes. It's a mixture.
Okay. What song would you say you get notoriety from?
Pardon me?
What song would you say you get notoriety from? Like you're known from
Oh,
or known for?
well, as I said, the current one that we have out is No Other Woman. So that's the one that's really doing good. It has been playing on a number of stations. It has been spotlighted on Indie 100, and so I'm grateful for all the support. It topped the Roots Reggae Rated charts in Canada. So I'm grateful for the way this one song is doing. So, I look forward to when the EP's out, that persons will be able to support the music as well and hear what Kerri Lewis has to offer.
So where can we find Kerri Lewis music?
Well, I'm on all streaming platforms, all selling platforms. Well, I should not say streaming, all selling platforms, music selling platforms.
Right. Okay. With these contracts that we have out in when it comes to producers and producers not getting along with the artists, uh, if you wanted to structure a deal that you think that's going to work in your favor, how would you structure your signing contract with domestic or worldwide?
Hmm. Um,
This banking thing actually would work favor of you because you know money and I go put in your signature upon no foolishness.
Well, I mean, first of all, even if I have knowledge of money, getting advice would be the best thing. So getting at least an entertainment lawyer to make sure that it's legit. But at the end of the day, you want to ensure that whatever is put forth on the table is something that is going to be beneficial to both parties. You can't be just out here working and losing as well. And the other person investing. It has to be a balance. So I'd have to ensure that at the end of the day, whatever deal, it's one that both parties can see and work together to accomplish the goal of getting me out there promoting my music and they're also getting returns on their investment.
Do you think a female artist is difficult to break in the music business, or preferably like um, they're a lot to manage? Because with a man, you can just get a fresh haircut, a shave, a lineup, woman you have to do hair, nails, makeup, outfit.
I mean, it does come with a lot more, and you can't really blame us because when we have to put ourselves together to be out there, you want to ensure that we are a good representation of the person, the label, or the company or whoever is coming forth. And with men, they somehow have this easy go-to method where we women we take a little more to doll up, and so it might be a little more challenging. We'll have a lot more requirements,
Hmm.
but at the end of the day, it's a win because when we get ourselves together and once we step on that stage and we do what we gotta do. But yeah, it can be a little challenging if you don't know, if you don't have the experience of what.
That's what. Do you write for other artists other than yourself?
I have in the past helped out here and there. I did help with a Lady G song in the past, but mostly for myself.
Okay. A lot of people don't like talking about ghostwriting and shit like that, but I mean, every artist gets somebody to either help them out with the music, especially when they're on fire. So, oh, that's a comment when we was saying when this that was earlier when I just added to the stream when I think I asked you about what did I say? I think I said something to you about you work with so much artists you forgot, and
Oh,
you said no senior
that's
moment.
true.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, artists sometimes artists feel like when you speak on them on other people writing for them, they get kind of embarrassed or so. But I don't think it's anything. Some of the biggest artists that's out there, people write their song for them.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, you can um I guess it's up to the artists because you have some who are willing to come out and share that okay, they this song was written by or co-written with them and someone else. If they're okay with that, then that is fine. Some persons like to be discreet, and nothing is wrong with that. You know, we all need help at times, and sometimes we might have a great idea, but it just takes someone to one little thing, and it creates a difference. So, um, not trying to take any spotlight from any artist because at the end of the day, they're the one that have to go out and present it. And when they present it, the world has to feel the music. You
Right.
know, they have to they have to believe in it to sell it. So even if you contributed one line, at the end of the day, it's really the artist that is going out there and doing their thing. So
Um, I know a lot of people might argue about this, but do you think would you consider yourself as a business being an artist, or a business and a brand?
business and a brand, because one of the things I've come to realize with the music is that it's all good to be singing or DJing or whatever, but if you really want to get somewhere, if you want to be successful, you need to at least have some knowledge of the business aspect of it so that you can know what you're doing, and you know how, because it's your money as well. You can't always leave everything up to another person. And then it's also the branding because you are branding yourself. It's you. You're putting yourself out there and you're highlighting yourself. You're letting the world see you. So presentation is like you're marketing yourself. So, they go hand in hand. You can't leave them out.
Okay. How do you feel about if let's say you're the person and they know of your religion, and then say, but oh yeah, Christian, I yeah do music. Jesus not do that. What would you have? Well, how would you reply to that?
First of all, um, because I grew up in the church,
Yeah,
I do understand where that comes from. However, I try not to talk religion and stuff like that. I try to keep things more on a level because at the end of the day, music came from God, you know.
right.
And if you, for those who don't understand, music, it had to come from somewhere. It had to originate from somewhere, and I believe that my part in the whole thing is to bring about music that people will love, and I just want to express myself in my music, and I've been given a talent, and I believe that I should use it to the best of my ability. So if that's where the road takes me at this time, that's where the road takes me.
Got you. Other
Yeah.
than music, what other aspects or genres you would like to conquer?
Oh, you mean like things that might be interested in?
Yes, other than music.
Okay. I actually do like to draw a little, and I do play the well. No, that's still music. I do play the bass guitar a little bit, still music, but not singing. And I that
You should expand on that.
but
The guitar.
yeah, I've been told, and
No, you should
but
listen because not to cut you. As a musician, um, when you get a sound right,
hmm
it's good. But if you can create your own sound, that's a different ingredient.
yeah,
You know, everybody I eat chicken, cookies same way, but them cook it whatever. But when you put something different to it, it make the chicken come out. It's different. It tastes different. It make the music when you listen to it, you be like, oh, this is something different. This sound right here catch me. You know.
hmm
So I think me talk to Mr. Easy, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he said play like five different instruments or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, them. You should definitely expand on that.
I'm gonna look into that because it's been a while, and it's something that I really enjoy, so it won't hurt. So
Yes,
thank
because
you.
you could fuse that with whatever you're doing.
True, true.
And I also learned that with I learned that with actually Michael Jackson. Quincy Jones was stuck in his own ways, but Michael Jackson was always getting cutting edge thing, and as his music transcended and his vocals changed, his disc change. Quincy made good music. Don't get it twisted, but you want to be able to captivate people with something different. So this is what I'm saying. Fuse whatever you know with this guitar thing
hmm
and put it with whatever you're doing. Maybe
Okay.
something maybe I sing up back up one day, right? And something I'm two and I'm and I play guitar. And you probably have to fill in.
You never know.
Yeah,
True.
seriously.
It's something that I've been told before, so I will I need to pick it up back and yeah, 'cause I do a lot. I used to play the piano. I used to play the bass guitar. I do still dabble around the bass a little, but yeah. But I think I'll definitely look into that for sure.
What's the difference between the acoustic and the regular bass guitar?
The acoustic has if my memory serves me right, 6 strings, and they start from E, G, B. Oh Lord, I don't remember the strings right now, but it's more like that box guitar, but a
Mm-hmm.
lower tone,
Okay.
and the the bass and the drum usually go together. The acoustic guitar is more the rhythm section, and like almost like a piano, and you can do the strum, the check, and stuff like that. So you can't
So
start that with the bass, but it's the tone really that you get from them.
right. So the bass more of a drum like, and the regular guitar got more like vocal.
Right. If you want to make an example of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess how long you been? How long? Who taught you how to do all this instrument stuff?
Well, my parents started me out in music from I was a kid, so I used to go to piano lessons at this lady called Miss Judrick years. After that, I actually started the bass guitar on my 16th birthday, and I did it at church. I was
Hmm.
playing my bass teacher. Big up to Uncle Delroy Thomas. He taught me the bass guitar before he left for the States, and I was a part of the all female band at church where we would play and sing. So yeah,
So
but
basic you can carry a show, sing and play the guitar.
well, if I really put my mind to it, yes.
How nice you with the piano.
Pardon me.
As you say you move keys, so you could basically the piano
Yeah,
lady, right?
I used to play the piano very well, and then I I was doing it too good. My parents were like, "Where are you playing?" Because I used to play classical music,
Right.
and they're like, "Where are you playing from in the book?" I was like, Let's."
Beethoven.
Yeah, they're like, "Start all over." Like, nah.
Good too.
Yeah,
So you're gonna be doing a show today you mentioned with Julian
Julie.
Marley.
Yes,
Okay. Where would that be held?
in Austin, Texas.
That's where you're located now, take it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you get prepared for a show?
Well, we have rehearsals as usual, and then leading up to the showtime, when we get to the venue, we have sound check in most cases.
Mm-hmm.
After sound check, we get ready for the show, and then it's showtime.
Got you.
Yep.
What songs you gonna be doing your own set or
No, not today. No, just background vocals today.
what songs were you gonna be singing?
Julian's songs and Bob's as well that are part of the set. Yeah.
Okay. What time is showtime?
Tonight it's gonna be 11:30, and
Okay.
called Flamingos. Yeah.
Okay. If you manage to get some clips you could send it and I'll fuse it with this interview. So or whatever clips you want to send, whatever, please do, and
Oh,
I'll put it in the story.
oh, sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
And also, any future events, like if I'm performing, I'll definitely let you get a link. So you can also let person see what is going on with Kerri Lewis.
Yes, we would like to keep up with you in your journey to stardom or so. Um, is there any female artists you'd like to work with?
Yes. All right. Strange enough, I remember years ago when I was entering the World Championships of Performing Arts. I
Mhm.
represented Jamaica. I got two gold. Sorry, remember three gold medals, two silver medals, if my memory serves me right. And I one of the songs that I did was a Tessan Chin song. I love Tessan, so I would love to be able to do one with her, hopefully someday. And I love Queen Ifrica and I love Etana as and Marcia Griffiths as Jamaican. If it was international, one of the main ones that I would have ever wanted to has passed, which is Whitney Houston. But I love India Ari, and I think her vocals are amazing. So she's one person that I'd like if I were to ever. India Ari, Jill Scott, and Erica Badu.
Yeah, I notice your music liking is not more like dancehall. It's more, I would say, more conscious.
Hmm.
Yeah, more, more listening, but not too much of the rare stuff. Too that.
No, and I think that has a lot to do with my brought ups here, as we call it in Jamaica. But being raised in the church, you hear the gospel music and the Kirk Franklins and the John P. Keys and all of these things, and that sort of set for me
What's on?
a tone, and I decided to work with it because I felt comfortable. I was able to relate to it, so.
Mm. So, would you like to work with any gospel artists also?
Yeah, I would. I would never turn that down because I think for me, I always wanted my music to reach bigger platforms. So if my voice can inspire someone in reggae, in gospel, in R&B, then I would love to. So I'd welcome the opportunity.
Mm, got you, got you. Um, how's Christian life treating you with the music? It works.
It has its ups and downs. In terms of it's just a part of life, and you do realize that you know um I try as I said, I don't really want to make it seem as if I'm doing the religious conversation.
Hmm.
If I'm gonna be doing my music, I think it's just a matter of just doing good music. I just want to be able to at the end of the day, hopefully will be a good one. Yeah.
Got you. Um, being in music, I know a lot of people might sweep this under the rug or so, but you think when artists get stardom, they um they deal with depression also?
Yeah. And I will say that because a lot of people don't understand the pressures that come with it. If they will see the life and think that it's all easy, but it can also get a little lonely. You're not sure who to trust, and you want the best for yourself, and you have to keep up with it. And if you're not strong as an individual, it can get you down. But if you are at that stage, if you come to realize that the best thing to do is to try and get help, I would recommend anyone get help because if we look at the industry, not just music, the acting, the film industry, sorry, you see the results of it. How many of these individuals who are up there, they get themselves into these situations. And it can be sad at times, and we lose some really great talent. So definitely.
You think most of it is influence of getting high or drugs and stuff like that?
I do not want to say like pinpoint on anything because you never know what could be the reason. They may not even be doing it, but they may be going through a situation in life and the pressures gets to them. So I don't want to pinpoint and say it's one thing or drugs or da 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 because it can happen to anybody.
Mm. Um, I know, like whenever you're signed to like a major label or so, right?
Hmm.
And then besides, and them want to put certain things in the music video, and if artists object to these things, you're gonna be considered difficult. How you feel about that? And this sometime this sometime weigh on your religion also, and they will come for you because them will show one thing, and then they might put some Baphomet, and then I do some sauce stuff. Like, how do you, how would you navigate yourself in something like that?
Well, for me, I think the first thing that you have to understand is yourself. You have to know who you are as an individual and know what you will stand for. And as I say, if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything.
Yeah,
And
but
even,
them can run you out of the
yeah,
business.
yeah, yeah, I'm aware. But at the same time, if they do run you out of the business, what's the reason?
Nobody actually cares about that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, nobody really cares, but at least within yourself, if anything, you you know what you're standing for. But as I said, I try my best not to do religious discussions and thing. And but for me personally, I think that if I just want to know that I because as you said with my music, I go in along a certain direction. So if I started off in that direction, I'm hoping that with my music career continuing, I will be able to maintain that because that's what I that's what I believe in. So I'm hoping that if I'm ever presented with that situation, that I will make the right decision.
At that present moment.
Yes,
Granted.
yes.
Okay. Do you feel like you need a record label to get you the proper recognition, or well, you're signed, but this is just outside of that? Do you feel you need a record label to give it a proper push to get your music out there, or you could do it by yourself?
Well, for me, I it helps. It helps. There are a lot of things that I was not aware of as an artist, as an even in music. You see, doing background vocals, you're stuck in one area really. It's when you decide to branch off as an artist that's when you discover that there is more to it, and it's not really a matter of how much you want to know in the industry. So having the label, it helps because they're able to guide you. They're able to take a lot of the pressure off you versus you doing it on your own.
Mm. Okay, well, if it's working, that's good. Well,
Yeah.
everybody always start out good when it's working, and until they don't have creative control, then you say, "Listen, this thing now work. Probably have to do it by myself."
Well, I mean, to each his own. If you, if sometimes there's a vision as well that we might not be able to see in the beginning, but sometimes it's also a matter of trusting the experience of others
Hmm.
who also believe that they have your best interest at heart and that they are guiding you in the right direction. And if it is working, then
Keyword
believe.
working,
Yeah, if it's working, if it's not broke, why fix
right?
it?
Because a lot of time I always say, the artist is complaining, but the producer them good.
Yeah, well, if the artist is complaining, there are a lot of questions that you gotta ask. Like if it is really good, there's always two sides to the story.
I fight.
Well, your side, my side, and the truth. And as I said, if it's something is working, then work with it. If you feel that you need to make that transition, it's within your best interest as an artist or an individual, whatever aspect of your life, then you should be comfortable making that decision. But at the end of the day, with that decision being made, I hope you don't have any regrets.
Copy. All
Hmm.
right. So your EP that you're is this project completed as yet?
No, it's not complete. Well, the recording aspect of it, most of it has been done. We are in the mixing and mastering stage.
How many songs?
8.
Care to name them?
I don't know if I'm able to lay them out to you right now. I know a number of them don't have the officials yet, but we already know No Other Woman, and I think I'll just let this stay for now. I let it stay for now.
Okay, so your kind of music that you make, which is pretty much when I say reggae, me can't go out on party and hear it. I take it, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
And then as I said, with the EP that's coming out, there's gonna be songs that you definitely can be played on the party scene. It can be played on any scene because they're motivational kind of songs, uplifting kind of songs that people can dance to. So,
Okay. What kind of message you have for the females coming up in the music business?
ladies, first, I would encourage you to know yourself and what you want in this music. I would encourage you to get as much help getting out there if that's what you want, and doing your homework and not being afraid to take those steps that male dominated industry. You gotta put in work that are a dark force to be ready.
Mm. One complaint I always hear from a lot of females. They say sometimes they get harassed, like whenever them get cool with somebody,
Hmm.
the person was supposed to manage them or something like so, maybe want a piece or something like so. If you were put in a situation like that, how would you wiggle your way out of that? And sometimes when you know give up that thing there, the
Hmm.
person sometimes blackball on also. This is some of the biggest complaint we get from female artists is behind the scenes.
Hmm.
You know, the man them always just say like, yo, you have to do a thing, you have to send on a piece or something like so. So
Well,
oh,
I'm grateful that I don't have that experience. I have to really deal with that. Mm. I've heard stories like that before. If it, as I said, if it's not working for you, then you should know when to walk away, because if it's meant to be for you. Nobody can. And I number
got you.
two, just stay focused. Don't the right person come to lead.
If you're breaking up a little bit.
Um, hear me now?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
If you get the right person will eventually come along who will be willing to work with you.
Mm-hmm.
So don't give up yourself, but you just gotta know what you want.
Right. Um. Sometimes you get I know a lot of times the managers sometimes they take advantage of the artists like them a pay you but them a take off money off of the top or so. This team
Hmm.
that you have that you're working with now that's promoting your project, I take it you have a good relationship with them, I take it, right?
Yeah, I do. I give God thanks for that, and God thanks for all the work that they have done. As I mentioned before, they're the ones who are putting music out and getting platforms and stuff like that. They're taking work, but it's all me that I also invest in myself. So I
Your phone is breaking up. You gotta come closer. The,
oh,
the Wi-Fi look like it a run out.
oh my god. Let's hope this works.
Yeah. Yeah. So on a safer note, is there anything you would like to leave with us before you wrap?
Uh yeah, well, first of all, big up to GP Records always. Thank you very much for putting me on the platform and for believing in my talent. And I want to big up everybody. I would love to encourage my females again. If you really want to do this, you gotta put in the work. You gotta invest in yourself and believe in yourself. And yourself. Hard times will come, challenges will come. Stay positive as much as possible. Yeah, love is the key word as always. I always say this: love, love, love. The world needs a lot of it right now.
A fact. A fact. Well, I'm very honored to have you here
It was my pleasure.
to definitely come on the Emancipate Show.
Thank you.
Um,
As your
never
first female
female
artist.
artist. Yes, yes, first female artist.
Thank you.
Definitely, it's definitely a pleasure. Um, please do like, subscribe, and
I've already done so.
oh yeah, I'm gonna subscribe to your YouTube channel. And remember, when you have any projects or so, or you wanna come and talk about whatever is going on with you in the music and whatever you have coming up,
Hmm.
please come to. It's always a place here. And like I said before, send me some highlights of the show that you're doing,
Yeah.
pictures, whatever you got.
Hmm. Okay, no
So
problem. Before I go, just so that persons can follow, if you'd like to follow GP Records, it's at GP Records with a Z, the number one, and that's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And for myself, it's artist Kerri Lewis. That's KerriLeis. Once you search, you should find me.
you hear people, make sure you listen to Kerri Lewis. And what's the name of the new song you have coming on No Other Woman, right?
No Other Woman. It's on iTunes, Spotify, Pandora,
You need to
all the
put it on. Big up to
and
YouTube. You need to put
the
it on YouTube.
YouTube is coming. We're working on the YouTube.
Yes. And people, please check out Mental Roller Deck, where I say, and like, subscribe, and share the whole
Yeah.
nine. And thank you again for watching our interview with Kerri Ann Lewis. Please buy our new single, No Other Woman. Take care of
And,
yourself.
before you go, GP Records Love Resuscitation mix with Turbulence, Pinchers, JR Pinchers, Skinny G, Rascody. Oh no. Check it out.
All right. Take care of yourself.